Hello, my name is Diego Sabut, NPM 24,412,011 from Study Program Accounting. Definition of organization. The definition of organization can be divided into two. The first definition indicates an institution or functional group, such as a corporate organization. The second definition is related to organization, which is a series of processes for structuring an organization according to the goals of the organization itself. Organization is the second management function that is carried out based on previously prepared planning. After preparing a plan, the manager is tasked with organizing various resources according to the goals. In organizing, individuals are appointed who lead and are responsible for each resource management activity, as well as individuals who will directly carry out various resource management activities in an effort to achieve goals. Terry, 1980, defines organizing as an action that seeks effective behavioral relationships between people so that they can work together efficiently and achieve personal satisfaction related to carrying out tasks in certain environmental situations in order to achieve goals. Meanwhile, Stoner, 1996, stated that organizing is a way of organizing and allocating work among members of an organization in order to achieve organizational goals efficiently. William H. Newman, 2000, defines organizing as grouping activities needed to realize plans into administrative units and determining the relationship between executives and workers in the unit. Then Hodgett. D. This group of activities is the basis for determining parts using available resources. E. Ensuring a balance of activities from parts, groups, both horizontally and vertically through coordination. An organization is a group of individuals with certain goals. According to Chester I. Barnard, 1938, an organization is a system of cooperative activities carried out by two or more people. Based on these two definitions, an organization is a body and a container for a group of people to work together to achieve certain goals. Organization can also be interpreted as a structure and system of cooperation based on rules and a breakdown of various job functions. Dynamically, an organization is a tool, but statically, an organization is a container. An organization can also be defined as a group of people who interact and work together to realize common goals. Based on this definition, an organization has at least three interrelated elements. The first element is the existence of a group of people who consciously bind themselves to a set of norms, regulations and policies formulated to be accepted, obeyed and implemented responsibly. The second element is the interaction and cooperation between the group of people. The third element is the existence of a common goal that the group of people wants to realize and underlies every interaction, cooperation and activity carried out by the group of people. The common goal is formulated together by a group of people who are bound by it. The goal itself can be short-term or long-term, and can be routine or periodic. The organizational structure itself is a manifestation, real form, of the organization of all people who are given tasks and responsibilities for each activity, which essentially describes the relationship between the various functions of authority and responsibility. Organizations can also be defined as groups of people who interact and work together to realize common goals. Based on that definition, organizations have at least three interrelated elements. The first element is the existence of a group of people who consciously bind themselves to a set of norms, regulations and policies formulated to be accepted, obeyed and implemented responsibly. The second element is the interaction and cooperation between the group of people. The third element is the existence of a common goal that the group of people wants to realize and underlies every interaction, cooperation and activity carried out by the group of people. The common goal is formulated together by a group of people who are bound by it. The goal itself can be short-term or long-term, and can be routine or periodic. The organizational structure itself is a manifestation, real form, of the organization of all people who are given tasks and responsibilities for each activity, which essentially describes the relationship between various functions of authority and responsibility. Organizational structure is a reporting and communication work system of various tasks that link individual work with group work. Organizational structure describes centralization and decentralization. Centralization is the process of concentrating authority and responsibility in top management. In a centralized organization, top management tends not to involve lower-level employees in decision-making. Conversely, top management in a decentralized organization tends to involve lower-level employees in decision-making or even fully authorizes them to make decisions. According to Gibson et al., 1996, the following is the relationship between centralization and four organizational decision designs. A. The higher the specialization, the greater the centralization, because specialized work tends not to require wide-ranging authority. B. The less delegation of authority, the greater the centralization, because centralization itself tends to emphasize the concentration of authority in top management, not delegated to lower levels of management. C. The greater the use of functional departments. In practice, decentralization and centralization are two extremes. Managers can choose the extent to which decentralization can be implemented. The extent of decentralization is also influenced by several factors. According to Mamdouh M. Hanafi, 1997, the level of decentralization of an organization is influenced by three main factors, namely the size of the organization, the environment, and other characteristics, such as management preferences, decision costs, culture, and employee capabilities. 10.7 Forms of organizational structure. Functional and non-functional relationships in an organization can be seen from the work relationships that are formed in the relationship of traffic rights, authority and responsibility. In this case, the work relationship can be observed from the organizational structure that is formed. B. Functional organizational structure. Functional organizational structure describes the division of tasks and authority based on job functions. The division of functions is allocated based on the needs and scope of work. E. Project organizational structure. The project organizational structure is structured based on special teams, which usually consist of specialists who are assigned to the completion and achievement of various specific goals. In its operationalism, top management has the authority in explaining its leadership for the completion of a particular project. The team will be disbanded when the project has been completed. F. Project organizational structure and matrix. This organizational structure is characterized by two classifications. The first classification applies to the first and second lines with the delegation of authority and responsibility flowing vertically, functionally and divisionally. The second classification applies to the staff line below it with a vertical and horizontal flow of authority and responsibility. This means that the staff have two superiors, so that they are under two authorities. Thanks for watching.